There are neighbors in America who have not spoken to each other in years, and the reason is a plant. Running bamboo. Someone planted it for a quick privacy screen, and within a few seasons it had tunneled under the fence, erupted in the yard next door, cracked a patio, and started a feud that ended in lawyers. And the garden centers are still selling it, stacked right there by the entrance, with not one word of warning. Today, I am going to make sure that never happens to you. I am about to show you 9 plants that give you that exact same lush, exotic, vertical bamboo look without the underground invasion, without the property line war, and without ever once threatening your neighbor's yard. They clump, they behave, they come back every year. If nobody has ever shown you the difference, subscribe right now. Every single week, this channel puts out exactly this kind of content, and it is completely free. Stick with me. Number 1. Clumping bamboo. Fargesia. Here is what nobody at the garden center tells you. Not all bamboo is the enemy. The plant that destroys yards and starts lawsuits is running bamboo, and running is the key word. It sends out aggressive underground stems that travel for yards in every direction. But there is an entire other kind of bamboo that physically cannot do that, and it is called Fargesia. This is real bamboo, with genuine canes and that soft, layered, exotic foliage you love. But instead of running, it grows in a tight clump, expanding just an inch or two wider each year into a graceful, fountain-like form that stays exactly where you planted it. It is cold hardy in USDA zones 5 through 9, which covers a huge swath of the country, and unlike most bamboo, it actually tolerates shade. It is evergreen. It is deer resistant, and it asks almost nothing of you. Plant a row of it along a fence, and you get a living privacy screen in a season or 2, with zero risk of it ever crossing the property line. But if you want that look without any bamboo at all, the next 8 plants are for you. Number 2. Heavenly Bamboo. Nandina domestica. Here is something that should make you angry. While the garden centers stack running bamboo by the front door, this perfectly behaved look-alike sits ignored on a back shelf, and almost nobody knows it exists. Heavenly Bamboo is not actually bamboo at all, but it gives you those same upright, cane-like stems and the same fine, delicate foliage, and then it does something bamboo cannot. In fall and winter, the whole plant ignites into brilliant, fiery red. It is cold hardy in USDA zones 6 through 9, drought tolerant, and tough as nails once established. Now let me be straight with you, because this channel does not cut corners. The old berry-producing types can self-seed into the wild in the deep south, so you skip those entirely and choose a sterile, berryless variety, like Gulfstream or Firepower. Same exotic look, zero spread, completely responsible. And here is what I need you to hear. If you have spent years scared off every single plant that even resembles bamboo, that was not paranoia. You were simply never shown which ones are safe. Now you are. Now let's get that airy, tropical, resort-style look. Number 3. Mexican Weeping Bamboo. Otatea acuminata. If you have ever stood at a resort, looked at those tall, graceful, cascading green stalks swaying by the pool, and wished you could have that at home, this is the plant that finally lets you. Mexican Weeping Bamboo is a true clumping bamboo, which means all of that beauty comes with none of the spread. It sends up slender canes that arch outward and weep downward in a fine, feathery curtain of foliage, moving with the slightest breeze like a living green fountain. It is genuinely breathtaking, and it stays in a tidy clump right where you put it. Now I have to be honest about one thing. This is a warm climate plant, cold hardy only in USDA zones 8 through 11, so this one is for gardeners in Southern California, the Gulf Coast, Florida, and the desert Southwest. If that is you, it is drought-tolerant, once established, and almost completely carefree. Plant it beside a pool, in a courtyard, or against a bare wall, and watch it transform that space into something that looks like a vacation. But what if you want that airy look somewhere colder and tougher? Number 4. Bamboo Muli, Muhlenbergia dumosa. Everyone assumes the bamboo look demands constant fuss and babying. This plant needs almost nothing, and it might be the most effortless thing on this entire list. Bamboo Muli is not bamboo, it is an ornamental grass, but the resemblance is uncanny. It produces delicate, branching stems lined with the finest, softest, most feathery foliage you have ever seen, creating a light, airy, see-through screen that sways and shimmers in every breeze. From a few feet away, your guests will swear it is a stand of fine tropical bamboo. It is cold-hardy in USDA zones 8 through 11, and it is built for tough, dry conditions. It is extremely drought-tolerant. It is deer-resistant. And in mild climates, it stays evergreen, giving you that soft texture all year long. It is the perfect bamboo stand-in for a hot, dry yard, where real bamboo would either fry or take over. Plant it where the light can shine through it, and it absolutely glows. Now be honest with me. Have you ever planted bamboo and lived to regret it? Tell me the story in the comments right now, because I know I am not the only one who has heard the horror stories. Now here is the part nobody tells you about real privacy. Number 5. Feather reed grass, Calamagrostis carlforster. American homeowners have spent untold money and lost actual friendships over bamboo privacy screens gone wrong when this plant existed the entire time. Carlforster is the single best-behaved vertical screen you can plant, and once you see it, you will wonder why anyone risks the alternative. It shoots straight up, perfectly upright, into narrow vertical spires that turn a warm golden wheat color by midsummer, and then stand tall and elegant all the way through winter, holding their shape against the snow. Line it up in a row, and you have a living wall, a clean architectural privacy screen that looks like a designer placed it. It is cold-hardy in USDA zones 4 through 9, covering nearly everyone watching this. It grows in a tight, well-behaved clump and never spreads. And here is the detail that matters most. Carlforster is sterile. It sets no viable seed at all, which means it cannot self-sow into your yard, your beds, or anywhere else. It is physically incapable of taking over. You plant it, it stands guard, and you did almost nothing to earn it. But here is the part most people never find out. Number 6. Maiden grass, Miscanthus sinensis. If you want the tallest, fullest, most dramatic bamboo-style screen on this entire list, this is it. Maiden grass rises into a massive, arching fountain of fine-textured blades, and then, in late season, throws up silvery, feathery plumes that catch the light and dance above the whole plant. For sheer presence, nothing here comes closer to a wall of bamboo. It is cold, hardy in USDA zones 5 through 9. But here is the part most people never find out, and it is the single most important thing in this entire video. Most people who plant the big ornamental grasses make one mistake that turns them into the very thing they were trying to avoid. Some older types of maiden grass produce fertile seed and can self-sow and naturalize where they do not belong. So you always choose a modern sterile or low-seed variety, like Gracillimus, or a named sterile selection. And honestly, that is the whole secret to every plant on this list. Read one word on the tag. Clumping, not running. Sterile, not seedy. That single word is the entire difference between a beautiful screen and a slow-motion disaster, and the industry buries it in the fine print. And the safest bet of all is a plant that already belongs here. Number 7. Switchgrass, Panicum virgatum. While your neighbors are out there digging trenches and fighting a losing war against running bamboo, You could be growing this, a plant that gives you height and movement and asks for absolutely nothing in return. Switchgrass is a true North American native, which means it evolved right here, in this soil, under these conditions, and it knows exactly how to behave. It forms tall, strongly upright clumps of blue-green blades, and by late summer it sends up airy clouds of tiny reddish-pink flowers that hover over the whole plant like a fine mist. As a vertical screen, it is clean, sturdy, and beautiful. It is cold hardy in USDA zones 4 through 9. It is drought-proof once established. It feeds songbirds through the fall and winter. And because it is native, it stays put in a tidy clump and never becomes a problem. It comes back fuller, stronger, and more striking every single year, without you lifting a finger. Plant a row of it for privacy or a single clump as a bold accent, and it just works. And it gets even better with the next two. Number 8. Indian grass, Sorghastrum nutans. If you want real height paired with a glow you simply cannot fake, this native is the one. Indian grass sends up tall, elegant blue-green blades, and then in late summer it raises golden bronze flower plumes that rise high above the foliage and absolutely catch fire in the afternoon light. It has that warm, waving prairie elegance that makes a yard feel open and alive, and at full height it reads as a tall, soft, exotic screen every bit as striking as bamboo. It is cold hardy in USDA zones 4 through 9, and like switchgrass, it is a true North American native that grows in a reliable, well-mannered clump and never runs. It is deeply drought-tolerant. It shelters and feeds wildlife, and it returns bigger and more golden every season. Plant it at the back of a border or in a row along a fence line where the low sun can pour through those bronze plumes, and it will stop people in their tracks. And to close this out, the giant that anchors the whole thing. Number 9. Big Bluestem, Andropogon gerardii. This is the giant, the prairie titan that once towered across the American heartland, and the closest any native plant comes to the sheer scale and drama of bamboo. Big Bluestem rises into a tall, commanding stand of blue-green stems that flush deep bronze and purple as the season turns, topped with distinctive seed heads split into 3 parts that gardeners have always called the turkey foot. It is tall, it is bold, and it holds its ground in every sense of the phrase. It is USDA zones 3 through 9, one of the toughest, most adaptable natives you can plant. Its roots drive deep into the earth, making it almost impossible to kill once established, and it returns harder and fuller every single year. It never runs. It never invades. It simply belongs. Now here is what I want you to take away from everything you just watched. A yard at war over bamboo is not a gardening failure. It is what happens when an industry sells you a plant that spreads and never once warns you what it will do. These 9 plants give you every bit of the bamboo look, the height, the movement, the exotic screen, without the underground invasion and without the lawsuit waiting at your property line. You plant them once, they stay exactly where you put them, and no neighbor ever knocks on your door. So tell me in the comments right now, which one of these 9 are you planting this season? And if you have ever fought running bamboo yourself, tell me how that went, because I read every single comment. If this video just saved your yard, and maybe a friendship, the least you can do is hit subscribe. It is free, and I am back every single week with more of what the garden industry will never warn you about. And before you go, I just put out a video that pairs perfectly with this one. It is right there on your screen. Go watch it now.